Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're taking a look at the new Kobalt 8.0 amp hour ultimate output battery. This is the big brother, if you will, to the 4 amp hour battery that you may have got if you purchased any of the XTR tools, and is now available as a standalone battery. So let's see what you get with the package here. So if you pick this up, it does come in a clamshell package here. I know it's nobody's real favorite type of packaging, but it does make it slick, and these can be stacked really easily. So if we open up the box here, there we go. There's the battery out. And the only other thing we get in the box is the manual. Put the trash aside here. So this right now is the largest battery that is available for your Kobalt tools, coming in at 8 amp hours. And out of the package, this is only showing 1 bar of charge. We'll have to fix that here in a moment. And so how does this compare to the sibling, the 4 amp hour battery? This should have twice the number of cells. And in terms of size, this is the exact same width and just slightly taller. Now I borrowed my wife's kitchen scale here again. So just the battery by itself checks in at 2.67 pounds, 42.74 ounces, or 1,212 grams. So there is some heft to this battery. Just for a quick reference, the smallest battery that you can still get is the 2.0 amp hour battery, coming in at only 461 grams. So more than 20, so it's less than 25% of its weight. In pounds, 1.06 pounds. So there's quite the range from the largest to the smallest battery in this range. Let me take the previous champion here, the 6 amp hour battery, put that on the scale for comparison. That's coming in at 2.46 pounds. Versus 2.67 pounds. So this is a little bit heavier, a little bit larger, and has extra capacity on the output side. So just for a side-by-side comparison, here's the 8 hour battery. It's about the same height as the 6. We'll put in the 4 and the 2. Turn this all the way around like that. And then there's also the 4. I mean, really, to be fair, the ultimate output battery should be set up separately because these have fundamentally a different cell on it, 21700 lithium ion cells versus 18650 cells. But these are almost all compatible with almost all the Kobalt tools. And I say that with one caveat, that the original ultimate output battery had some issues with the original angle grinder. My understanding is that if that angle grinder that you have does not work, I think there's a way that you can get that exchanged if you've had that for within the last 5 years, give or take. But with this new battery, there's obviously going to be places where this makes a lot more sense, and some tools that it just makes a lot less sense with. I'm not sure you really want this on a drill that you're carrying around with you all day, but there's plenty of other tools that I think this would make a lot of sense in. So we're going to do a little rapid fire here and take a look at some of the tools and see if they're compatible with this battery. I'll give it a charge up first here, and we'll be right back in a second here in video time. So now on to a rapid fire test. We got the 8 amp hour battery, and I've got set in front here what I believe to be the complete list of the Kobalt 24 volt tools that have some form of a battery enclosure, and we'll see which tools the 8 amp hour battery fits and which ones it may not fit. So we'll start in front here with the chemical sprayer. Lift up the visor. Hopefully you can see. Not a problem. Let's take a look at the job site radio. Not a problem. What about the misting fan? Open the hatch. And in goes the battery. Toolbox vacuum. Not a problem. And finally, the job site fan. This one does not also fit the regular 4 amp hour ultimate output battery either. So it appears like all of the other tools, even the oldest one of these in the lineup, which I believe is the Kobalt vacuum, all fit this 8 amp hour battery perfectly. So to wrap up here, this 8 amp hour battery is probably going to hit its sweet spot for things like the vacuum, the circular saw, the heat gun, the reciprocating saw, the outdoor power equipment, but definitely not going to be something for your drill or your impact driver that you're going to have to lug around. The other tool of note here I want to point out is the angle grinder. Now this is the Gen 2 angle grinder, if you will. There was a somewhat silent in-place update to this tool to allow it to work with the 4 amp hour ultimate output battery. I've got another video all about that. I'll put a card up in the corner about that. Go ahead and turn this on. So not a problem with the angle grinder either. So now when I think about what this battery is good for, to me this battery fits extremely well on the XTR circular saw and still has really good balance. This isn't the kind of tool you're going to be slinging around, but it has good balance when put on. Also be good for that because that kind of hogs through the battery. The vacuum would be excellent for. I'm not sure you really need this for either of the fans. Both of the fans have an extremely long runtime with just even a 4 amp hour regular battery. And I'm not sure you really need the ultimate output on that. So one of the craziest combinations on this battery that you could do would be to pair it with the 1/2 inch XTR impact wrench. Because when you put the 8 amp hour battery with this other heavy tool, that checks in about 9.68 pounds, which is, you know, maybe a good substitute for a 10-pound dumbbell at the gym if you want to do arm curls, but otherwise definitely overkill for the task. However, when paired with the vacuum, when connected to perhaps a weed eater, connected to anything else that you're not going to be lugging around in your arms, this is a great option for how to get more runtime on your Kobalt platform. So if you've got any other ideas or places or tools that you think this would be a great addition for, put it in the comments down below. At $139, is it worth the upgrade? Maybe. If you've got a good use case for it and you're running out of battery, particularly if you're using the angle grinder a lot or the circ saw a lot, or the vacuum, this is certainly a worthwhile addition to add into your kit. But more excitingly to me, that I want to know is what might this battery look like for looking towards future Kobalt tools, because I suspect having this larger ultimate output battery might give us some idea that there might be some other tools that might fully utilize this a little bit more than other tools do. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see. The one tool I did not look at today that I don't have is the lawnmower. So if you've got the lawnmower, I'd be curious to know if you've got any issues with this. If you end up picking one of these up, please share that down below. All right, so thanks for watching today's video about the 8.0 amp hour battery. Any questions or comments, put it down below. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button down there. It doesn't cost you anything. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a great day. Bye.